Hello, friends. If you're curious about the movie Gladiator II, 2024, you're in the perfect place. Don't forget to give this video a quick like. It really helps us out. And if you're new here, hit subscribe to stay updated on all the latest movie deep dives. Let's jump right in. With its much-anticipated release on November 15th, 2024, Gladiator II has finally arrived to thunderous applause. Directed by the legendary Ridley Scott, this sequel builds on the iconic 2000 masterpiece while carving a fresh, emotionally charged narrative that has left audiences worldwide in awe. After 2 decades of waiting, fans are rewarded with a film that pays homage to the original while daring to explore new thematic territory. Set in the grand and perilous world of the Roman Empire, Gladiator II takes us on a gripping journey alongside Lucius, the now-grown son of Lucilla and nephew of the infamous Commodus. As the film unfolds, it becomes clear that Lucius is no mere bystander to Rome's turbulent fate. He's a pivotal figure navigating a labyrinth of loyalty, ambition, and moral dilemmas. Raised in the shadow of Maximus, whose legacy of sacrifice and heroism remains etched in Rome's collective memory, Lucius's journey forms the heart of this cinematic triumph. The opening minutes of Gladiator II sweep viewers back into the breathtaking world of ancient Rome, but this time, the stakes are even higher. The echoes of Maximus's heroic sacrifice resonate throughout the empire, but the passage of time has not erased the scars left by Commodus's tyranny. Lucius, now a young man, finds himself grappling with the weight of his lineage and the legacy of Maximus, who indirectly shaped his life. The streets of Rome bustle with intrigue, while political unrest simmers beneath the surface, threatening to upend the fragile peace. From the moment the film begins, it's clear that Ridley Scott has once again delivered a visual and narrative masterpiece. The grandeur of Rome comes alive on screen, from the opulent halls of the Senate to the gritty, blood-soaked sands of the Colosseum. Every detail, from the costumes to the cinematography, immerses viewers in a world that feels both majestic and perilous. The battles are epic in scale, with thunderous clashes that leave audiences on the edge of their seats. Yet the film also shines in its quieter, introspective moments, delving deep into Lucius's personal journey. Lucius, portrayed with remarkable depth by a talented lead actor, emerges as a compelling and multidimensional protagonist. Unlike Maximus, whose path was driven by vengeance and redemption, Lucius's struggle is rooted in his search for identity and purpose. He's a character torn between the ideals of honor and the harsh realities of power. The script masterfully weaves his internal conflicts with the external chaos surrounding him, creating a narrative that is as emotionally resonant as it is thrilling. The first act of the film draws viewers into Lucius's world, painting a vivid picture of a man caught in the crossfire of history. He is surrounded by advisors, allies, and enemies, each with their own agenda. Political scheming within the Senate is juxtaposed with the brutal spectacle of the Colosseum, where gladiators continue to fight for survival and glory. Lucius's encounters with these two extremes form the foundation of his journey, as he struggles to reconcile his idealistic vision of Rome with its harsh realities. One of the most captivating elements of Gladiator II is its ability to surprise and captivate. While fans of the original may have expected a straightforward continuation, the film subverts expectations by delving into uncharted territory. Key relationships take unexpected turns, alliances are forged and broken, and every character's actions carry consequences. The narrative is a masterclass in tension building, with each scene layering new stakes and conflicts that propel the story forward. As the story progresses, Lucius is forced to confront the darker aspects of his family's legacy. The shadow of Commodus looms large, not just in Rome's political landscape, but also within Lucius's own psyche. This exploration of inherited trauma and the struggle to break free from the past is one of the film's most poignant themes. It adds depth and complexity to Lucius's character, making his journey all the more compelling. The film's middle act is where the tension reaches its boiling point. Political unrest spills into open rebellion, and Lucius finds himself at a crossroads. The specter of betrayal hangs heavy in the air, and the choices he makes will determine not only his own fate, but also the future of Rome. The pacing is relentless, with each scene building toward a climactic showdown that promises to change the course of history. Without spoiling too much, it's safe to say that Gladiator II delivers on its promise of epic drama and high-stakes conflict. The final act is a tour de force of storytelling, blending jaw-dropping action sequences with deeply emotional moments that leave a lasting impact. The twists and turns are as unpredictable as they are satisfying, ensuring that viewers are kept on the edge of their seats until the very end. Thematically, Gladiator II explores timeless questions of power, legacy, and the human spirit. It's a film that challenges viewers to consider the cost of ambition and the sacrifices required to uphold one's ideals. Lucius's journey serves as a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring importance of courage and integrity in the face of adversity. Ridley Scott's direction is nothing short of masterful, combining his signature attention to detail with a fresh, dynamic approach that breathes new life into the Gladiator franchise. The performances are stellar across the board, with standout turns from the supporting cast that add depth and nuance to the story. The score, too, deserves special mention, evoking the same emotional resonance that made the original film's music so iconic. For those who have been waiting over 2 decades for a return to the world of Gladiator, this sequel is everything they could have hoped for and more. It's a film that honors its predecessor while boldly forging its own path, delivering a story that is as thrilling as it is thought-provoking. Whether you're a die-hard fan of the original or a newcomer to the franchise, Gladiator II is an experience that will stay with you long after the credits roll. From the moment Gladiator II begins, the audience is thrust back into the heart of the Roman Empire, a world of grandeur and danger where power is both a treasure and a curse. The echoes of Maximus's heroic legacy reverberate through the opening scenes, setting the stage for a new chapter in Rome's history. The story opens with Lucius, now a young man whose life has been shaped by the events of the past. Raised under the watchful eye of his mother, Lucilla, he has grown into a figure of promise and potential. But Lucius is no longer the wide-eyed boy from the original tale. He is a man carrying the weight of expectation, haunted by the shadow of his uncle Commodus and inspired by the legacy of Maximus, who sacrificed everything to save Rome. As the camera pans across the bustling streets of Rome, the richness of its culture and chaos unfolds. Gladiatorial games still captivate the masses, a brutal reminder of the empire's thirst for blood and spectacle. The Colosseum looms large, its ancient stones echoing with cheers and cries. Yet, beneath this veneer of order and tradition, the seeds of unrest are quietly taking root. Lucius's introduction is marked by a moment of reflection as he observes the Colosseum from afar. This iconic structure represents both the glory and the cruelty of Rome, a duality that mirrors his own internal conflict. He is being groomed to play a significant role in the empire's future, but the expectations placed upon him are a double-edged sword. His lineage grants him power and privilege, yet it also shackles him to the burdens of the past. The plot thickens when Lucilla, ever the astute and formidable matriarch, summons Lucius to discuss Rome's fragile political climate. The Senate, fractured by infighting and corruption, struggles to maintain control, while whispers of rebellion grow louder. Lucilla's wisdom and experience are evident as she advises her son to tread carefully, warning him that the road ahead will be fraught with danger. Her words linger, a harbinger of the challenges to come. Lucius's journey truly begins when he encounters a group of gladiators preparing for the games. Among them is a seasoned fighter named Marcellus, whose grizzled demeanor and battle-scarred body speak of countless victories and losses. Their interaction is brief but significant, as Marcellus offers Lucius a glimpse into the harsh realities of life as a gladiator. This meeting plants a seed of curiosity in Lucius, drawing him closer to the world of the arena and the people who inhabit it. As Lucius navigates the complexities of Roman politics, he finds himself caught between competing factions. The Senate, led by the cunning and ambitious Senator Decimus, seeks to consolidate power at any cost. Decimus is a master manipulator, weaving webs of deceit and intrigue to achieve his goals. His presence adds a layer of tension to the narrative, as it becomes clear that he views Lucius as both a pawn and a threat. The turning point comes when Lucius stumbles upon a secret meeting in the heart of the city. Hidden in the shadows, He listens as a group of conspirators discuss plans to overthrow the existing regime. Their leader, a charismatic and fiery figure named Aurelius, speaks of justice and liberation, rallying his followers with impassioned words. Lucius is captivated by Aurelius's vision, yet he is also wary of the consequences such actions could bring. This encounter sets off a chain of events that will change Lucius's life forever. Torn between loyalty to his family and a growing desire to forge his own path, he begins to question the foundations of his beliefs. The world around him becomes a battleground of ideals, where every decision carries profound implications. Meanwhile, the tension in the Colosseum reaches a fever pitch as the gladiatorial games escalate in intensity. Marcellus, whose relationship with Lucius deepens over time, becomes a mentor of sorts, offering guidance and wisdom gleaned from years of survival. Their bond is forged in the crucible of shared experiences, bridging the gap between their vastly different worlds. As the games continue, Lucius discovers a shocking truth about the origins of the gladiators. Many are not criminals or prisoners of war, but ordinary citizens forced into servitude by the corrupt elite. This revelation fuels his growing disillusionment with the empire and strengthens his resolve to make a difference. The first half of the film builds to a climactic moment during a grand spectacle in the Colosseum. Amidst the roaring crowd and the clash of steel, Lucius finds himself thrust into the spotlight in an unexpected and dramatic twist. His actions during this pivotal event reveal the depth of his character and set the stage for the challenges and triumphs that lie ahead. Through masterful storytelling and breathtaking visuals, the film immerses viewers in a world of intrigue, betrayal, and redemption. Each scene is carefully crafted to draw the audience deeper into Lucius's journey, making them feel every triumph and setback alongside him. By the time the narrative reaches its midpoint, it's clear that Lucius's path is one of transformation. The boy who once idolized Maximus has become a man grappling with the complexities of power and the cost of doing what is right. The stage is set for an epic confrontation that will determine the fate of Rome and its people. Gladiator II leaves viewers eagerly anticipating what's to come, as the intricate web of relationships, motivations, and conflicts continues to unfold. The first half of the film masterfully sets the tone, laying the groundwork for a story that promises to be as unforgettable as its predecessor. As the narrative of Gladiator II progresses, the stakes rise to dizzying heights. The story pivots into darker, more intricate territories as Lucius finds himself entangled in a web of power, betrayal, and self-discovery. The seeds of tension sown earlier now bear fruit, forcing Lucius to confront the empire's corruption and his role within it. The dramatic events at the Colosseum mark a turning point in Lucius's life. Having stepped into the public eye in a way no one anticipated, his actions send shockwaves through Rome. The people see a flicker of something they have not witnessed in years: hope. To many, Lucius becomes more than a nobleman. He becomes a symbol of change, a figure who might restore balance to a fractured empire. However, this newfound attention brings danger. Decimus, ever the opportunist, tightens his grip on the Senate and begins orchestrating a scheme to ensure Lucius's influence does not grow unchecked. Decimus's machinations are relentless, painting Lucius as a reckless young man driven by ambition rather than virtue. His speeches to the Senate drip with venomous charisma, twisting public opinion and rallying allies to his cause. As the political landscape grows more perilous, Lucius turns to his mother Lucilla for counsel. Their relationship deepens as Lucilla reveals truths about her past struggles and sacrifices. She speaks of Maximus not only as a hero, but as a man whose courage inspired her to keep fighting for Rome's soul. Her words light a fire within Lucius, solidifying his resolve to carry on Maximus's legacy, even at great personal cost. Lucius's alliance with Aurelius and the underground resistance takes center stage as the rebellion gathers momentum. He begins to see the empire through the eyes of its oppressed citizens, visiting hidden corners of Rome where poverty and despair reign. These experiences transform Lucius, sharpening his sense of justice and steeling his determination to bring about change. The resistance devises a daring plan to expose the Senate's corruption, aiming to dismantle Decimus's power and return Rome to its people. Lucius's role in this plan is pivotal, requiring him to walk a tightrope between his public persona as a loyal Roman and his covert activities with the rebels. This duality adds layers to his character, showcasing his growth from an idealistic young man to a shrewd and resourceful leader. The tension reaches its peak when Lucius is betrayed by someone he once trusted. The betrayal strikes like a thunderbolt, leaving Lucius vulnerable and the rebellion's plans in jeopardy. This twist plunges the story into chaos, forcing Lucius to question everything he thought he knew about loyalty and honor. Captured and brought before the Senate, Lucius faces the full wrath of Decimus. The confrontation between these two titanic forces is electric, with Decimus delivering scathing accusations and Lucius responding with a fiery defense of his actions. The scene crackles with tension as their ideological clash mirrors the broader battle for Rome's future. In a stunning turn of events, Lucius is sentenced to the very fate he sought to reform, the life of a gladiator. The irony is not lost on him as he is cast into the Colosseum, now a prisoner of the empire he once sought to lead. This development brings the story full circle, echoing Maximus's journey and setting the stage for a climactic showdown that will determine Lucius's destiny. The Colosseum becomes a theater of both violence and redemption as Lucius fights to survive. His skills, honed through training with Marcellus, serve him well, but it is his unyielding spirit that captivates the crowd. Each battle becomes a metaphor for his struggle against the forces that seek to destroy him. The arena, once a symbol of Rome's brutality, transforms into a stage for Lucius's defiance and resilience. Amidst the blood and sand, an unexpected ally emerges. Marcellus, now a celebrated gladiator, risks everything to stand by Lucius. Their bond deepens as they fight side by side, their camaraderie a beacon of hope in a world of betrayal and despair. Marcellus's wisdom and unwavering support become crucial as Lucius prepares for the final confrontation. The climax arrives in a breathtaking sequence that pits Lucius against Decimus's enforcers in a battle for survival and justice. The stakes are monumental, with the outcome set to decide not only Lucius's fate, but the future of Rome itself. The fight choreography is both brutal and poetic, a visceral representation of the clash between tyranny and freedom. As Lucius emerges victorious, his triumph is not just physical but symbolic. The crowd, moved by his bravery and integrity, erupts in thunderous applause, signaling a shift in the empire's collective consciousness. For the first time in years, the people see a leader who fights not for personal gain, but for the greater good. The resolution of the story is both poignant and satisfying. Lucius, though scarred by his journey, stands as a beacon of hope and a catalyst for change. The Senate, shaken by the public's overwhelming support for Lucius, is forced to reckon with its own corruption. Decimus's downfall is swift and poetic, his scheming undone by the very system he sought to control. The film closes on a note of reflection and renewal. Lucius, now a man forged in the fires of adversity, steps into his role as a leader with humility and wisdom. His journey has come full circle, echoing the legacy of Maximus while carving out a new path for Rome. Gladiator II delivers a conclusion that is both thrilling and emotionally resonant, leaving audiences with a sense of closure and a renewed appreciation for the timeless themes of courage, sacrifice, and the enduring struggle for justice. It is a story that lingers in the mind long after the credits roll, a testament to the power of storytelling at its finest. The heart of Gladiator II lies in its characters, a compelling ensemble whose journeys bring depth and nuance to the story. At its core is Lucius, the young nobleman whose transformation from an idealistic youth to a battle-hardened leader forms the backbone of the narrative. Yet every character, from the heroic to the villainous, plays a vital role in shaping the film's rich tapestry. Lucius begins as a man grappling with the weight of his lineage. As the nephew of Commodus and the son of Lucilla, he inherits a legacy marked by both grandeur and infamy. Initially unsure of his place in the empire, Lucius is driven by a yearning to honor the memory of Maximus, the man he admired as a child. His arc is one of profound growth. He learns that heroism is not about spectacle, but about sacrifice and conviction. Lucius's charisma and sense of justice draw people to him, but it's his ability to persevere through betrayal, loss, and hardship that truly defines him. By the end of the film, he stands as a symbol of hope, embodying the ideals of courage and integrity that Rome desperately needs. Lucilla, as Lucius's mother, plays a pivotal role in guiding him through his journey. She is a woman of quiet strength and wisdom, shaped by years of navigating the treacherous waters of Roman politics. Lucilla's love for her son is unwavering, but it is her ability to impart the lessons of her own struggles that helps him grow. She acts as a bridge between the past and the present, sharing stories of Maximus's bravery and the sacrifices that allowed Rome to endure. Her bond with Lucius is tender yet empowering, providing him with the emotional foundation to face the challenges ahead. Lucilla's presence in the story is a reminder that true leadership often stems from the resilience and support of those who guide us. In sharp contrast to Lucius and Lucilla stands Decimus, the film's central antagonist. Decimus is a master manipulator, a man whose ambition knows no bounds. With his eloquence and cunning, he exerts control over the Senate and orchestrates a campaign to consolidate his power. Decimus's character is fascinating in his ability to mask his ruthlessness behind a veneer of civility. He represents the corrupt elite, using fear and deception to maintain his grip on the empire. Yet there is a complexity to his motivations. His actions, though reprehensible, stem from a belief that he alone can bring order to Rome. Decimus is not a caricature of evil, but a deeply flawed individual whose downfall is as compelling as his rise. Among the supporting cast, Aurelius emerges as a standout. As a leader of the underground resistance, Aurelius is the embodiment of defiance and loyalty. His unwavering commitment to Rome's oppressed citizens makes him a kindred spirit to Lucius, and their partnership adds a layer of camaraderie to the story. Aurelius serves as a mentor, challenging Lucius to see beyond his privileged perspective and embrace the responsibility of true leadership. His moments of levity and unshakable resolve provide balance to the film's heavier themes, making him a character audiences root for wholeheartedly. Marcellus, the seasoned gladiator who befriends Lucius, is another pivotal figure. Initially a reluctant ally, Marcellus becomes a mentor and confidant, teaching Lucius the physical and mental discipline required to survive in the arena. Marcellus's own backstory, marked by loss and redemption, adds depth to his character and makes his bond with Lucius all the more poignant. Together, they form a brotherhood forged in blood and sand, a relationship that underscores the film's themes of loyalty and sacrifice. Marcellus's moments of vulnerability and quiet wisdom resonate deeply, reminding Lucius that strength is not just about combat but about character. Even the minor characters leave a lasting impact, each contributing to the film's intricate narrative. The members of the Senate, though often portrayed as a monolithic entity, are given individual personalities that reflect the diversity of Rome's political landscape. Some are complicit in Decimus's schemes, while others quietly resist, their moral dilemmas adding shades of gray to the story. These nuances make the stakes feel real and immediate, showing how power corrupts but also how it can be challenged. One of the film's most intriguing characters is the mysterious Oracle, who appears at a crucial juncture in Lucius's journey. She is a figure shrouded in myth and ambiguity, her cryptic words forcing Lucius to confront his fears and desires. The Oracle's presence adds a layer of mysticism to the narrative, blurring the lines between fate and free will. Her role, though brief, leaves a profound impact, shaping Lucius's decisions and giving the audience a glimpse into the spiritual dimensions of his quest. The film's antagonists are not confined to Decimus alone. His enforcers, a group of ruthless mercenaries, bring a visceral danger to the story. Each member of this deadly cohort is distinct, with unique fighting styles and backstories that make them formidable foes. Their confrontations with Lucius and Marcellus in the Colosseum are among the film's most thrilling sequences, showcasing the physical and emotional toll of their battles. These characters serve as a reminder that the fight for justice is not just ideological, but also brutally physical. What sets Gladiator II apart is its ability to give depth even to its secondary and tertiary characters. The rebels fighting alongside Aurelius, the citizens of Rome who rally behind Lucius, and the slaves in the Colosseum all contribute to the film's emotional resonance. Their collective struggle against tyranny adds a sense of scale and urgency to the narrative, making the stakes feel both personal and universal. The interplay between the characters is where the film truly shines. Lucius's dynamic with Marcellus and Aurelius provides moments of camaraderie and mutual respect, while his confrontations with Decimus crackle with tension. The subtle, layered interactions between Lucilla and the members of the Senate hint at years of political maneuvering, adding depth to her character. These relationships create a web of connections that makes the story feel alive and immersive. The film also explores the theme of legacy through its characters. Lucius's journey mirrors that of Maximus, but it is not a mere repetition. Where Maximus fought for vengeance and redemption, Lucius fights for hope and renewal. His struggle to step out of Maximus's shadow and carve his own path is a poignant thread that resonates throughout the story. Similarly, Lucilla's efforts to reconcile her past with her hopes for Rome's future add a layer of emotional complexity to her character. By the time the story reaches its conclusion, each character has undergone a transformation. Lucius emerges as a leader who understands the weight of his choices. Lucilla finds peace in the knowledge that her son will carry on the fight for a better Rome. Decimus, undone by his own hubris, stands as a cautionary tale of unchecked ambition. And the supporting cast, from Aurelius to Marcellus, leave a legacy of courage and solidarity that lingers in the audience's minds. The characters of Gladiator II are not just vehicles for the plot, but fully realized individuals whose arcs enrich the story's themes of justice, sacrifice, and the enduring power of hope. Through their struggles and triumphs, the film paints a vivid portrait of an empire on the brink, making it a tale that is as deeply human as it is epic. The story of Gladiator II isn't just confined to its breathtaking visuals and epic narrative. It extends behind the scenes, where the making of the film unfolded in ways as fascinating and dramatic as the movie itself. With a production as ambitious as this sequel to the legendary Gladiator, it's no surprise that the journey to bring it to life was filled with incredible stories, surprising twists, and a touch of serendipity. From the meticulous planning of its grand set pieces to the peculiar challenges faced by the cast and crew, the making of Gladiator II is a tale worthy of its own cinematic retelling. One of the most captivating details about the production lies in the scale of the sets. The filmmakers didn't merely want to replicate the grandeur of ancient Rome. They wanted to immerse the audience so deeply that it felt as though history had been resurrected. To achieve this, the production team spent months constructing life-sized replicas of Roman streets, marketplaces, and the Colosseum. In fact, a significant portion of the Colosseum was built to scale, with intricate carvings and decorations painstakingly crafted by hand. The crew joked that they were essentially building a time machine, and when the actors stepped onto the set, many of them admitted to feeling as though they had truly traveled back in time. But not everything went smoothly during construction. A massive storm struck the outdoor set in Malta, destroying weeks' worth of work. The damage was so extensive that the team had to delay filming by nearly a month. Yet, in true cinematic spirit, the setback became an opportunity. When rebuilding the set, the crew incorporated subtle changes inspired by the storm's aftermath, such as weathered textures and a more rugged appearance for certain structures, adding authenticity to the film's portrayal of an empire in turmoil. The casting process for Gladiator II was another source of intrigue. While the original film's cast left big shoes to fill, the filmmakers were determined to assemble a group of actors who could carry the legacy forward while bringing fresh energy to the sequel. Paul Mescal, who plays the adult Lucius, was the first actor cast. His audition reportedly left the directors in awe. He delivered a monologue so powerful that it silenced the entire room. Later, it was revealed that Mescal had been preparing for the role by studying ancient Roman philosophy and practicing sword fighting for months, long before he even got the call back. This level of dedication not only secured him the role, but also set the tone for the rest of the cast. Behind the camera, Ridley Scott brought his signature intensity and vision to the project, but his approach to this sequel had an interesting twist. Scott insisted on using as many practical effects as possible, eschewing heavy reliance on CGI. While modern filmmaking often leans on digital effects to create grandeur, Scott's insistence on practicality brought unexpected challenges. For instance, in one of the Colosseum battle scenes, Over 300 extras were dressed as Roman spectators, complete with authentic costumes and props. These extras were instructed to react naturally to the fights, which led to some hilarious outtakes where a few overenthusiastic participants cheered too loudly or even joined the action. One of the film's most visually stunning scenes, a chariot chase through the streets of Rome, was also among the most complicated to shoot. This sequence required a blend of real stunts, animal handling, and meticulous choreography. Interestingly, the horses used in the scene were specially trained for months to navigate the tight corners and chaotic atmosphere of the set. Even so, there were a few moments when things didn't go according to plan. On one occasion, a chariot veered off course and crashed into a cart loaded with fake produce, scattering fruits and vegetables everywhere. While no one was hurt, the crew humorously dubbed the incident the Great Tomato Tragedy. The film's commitment to authenticity extended to its costumes and props. Each piece of armor worn by the gladiators was designed using historical references, with materials sourced to mimic the look and feel of those used in ancient Rome. The attention to detail was so meticulous that the actors often commented on how wearing the costumes helped them get into character. However, this realism came with its challenges. During an intense fight scene, Paul Mescal's armor accidentally snagged on his co-star's weapon, leading to an unplanned tumble. The moment was so dramatic that the director decided to keep it in the final cut. Perhaps one of the strangest behind-the-scenes tales involves a mysterious incident on set. During the filming of a key scene in the Colosseum, several crew members reported hearing unexplained whispers. Initially dismissed as background noise, the whispers grew louder over the course of the day, unsettling everyone present. Some speculated that the sounds were caused by the acoustics of the massive set, while others jokingly suggested that the spirits of ancient Romans had come to watch the spectacle. Whatever the cause, the incident added an eerie layer of mystique to the production. The camaraderie among the cast and crew was another highlight of the production. Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington, and other key actors formed a close bond, often spending their downtime sharing stories and practicing their lines together. Washington, known for his sense of humor, frequently lightened the mood by cracking jokes and playfully teasing the younger cast members. One particularly memorable moment occurred when Washington surprised the crew by showing up to set dressed in full gladiator gear, declaring himself ready to join the fight. The laughter and applause that followed became one of the most cherished memories of the shoot. Music played a crucial role in shaping the film's emotional tone, and composer Hans Zimmer returned to craft a score that would honor the legacy of the original while adding new layers of complexity. During one recording session, Zimmer brought in a choir of 50 singers to perform a hauntingly beautiful piece that would serve as the film's main theme. The session was so moving that several crew members reportedly had tears in their eyes. Zimmer later revealed that the composition was inspired by letters written by Roman soldiers, lending the music an even deeper connection to the film's themes of loyalty and sacrifice. Another fascinating aspect of the production was the inclusion of real historical artifacts. To lend authenticity to the film, the set designers collaborated with historians and museums to incorporate replicas of ancient Roman relics into the background. From intricate mosaics to ceremonial weapons, these details added a layer of realism that enriched the viewing experience. However, this dedication to history occasionally led to humorous misunderstandings. For example, an extra accidentally broke a replica amphora, leading the crew to joke that he had angered the gods. The global nature of the production brought its own set of surprises. Filming took place across multiple locations, including Malta, Morocco, and parts of Italy. In Morocco, the cast and crew encountered a local festival that coincided with their schedule. The filmmakers decided to incorporate elements of the festival into the background of a scene, blending fiction and reality in a way that added vibrancy to the final product. This spontaneous decision highlighted the collaborative and adaptive spirit of the production team. Finally, no discussion of Gladiator II would be complete without mentioning the fans. From the moment the sequel was announced, anticipation was at a fever pitch. During production, fans often gathered near the sets, hoping to catch a glimpse of the action. The cast and crew, understanding the importance of their audience, occasionally interacted with these devoted followers, signing autographs and sharing glimpses of their work. One lucky fan even found themselves featured as an extra in a crowd scene, a testament to the inclusive and celebratory atmosphere that defined the making of the film. The journey to create Gladiator II was as epic and multifaceted as the film itself. From the dedication of its cast and crew to the strange and serendipitous moments that unfolded along the way, the production was a testament to the magic of filmmaking. Each behind-the-scenes story adds another layer to the movie's legacy, proving that sometimes the tales behind the camera are just as captivating as those on the screen. Gladiator II is more than just a cinematic spectacle. It's a deeply layered story that invites viewers to reflect on its themes, characters, and pivotal events. The critical perspective surrounding the film and its key moments reveal a profound understanding of what makes a sequel impactful. By carefully balancing homage to its predecessor and carving its own identity, the movie captivates audiences with its emotionally resonant narrative and unforgettable events. At the heart of the film lies its protagonist, Lucius, a character whose transformation forms the backbone of the story. From a sheltered youth in the shadow of his family's legacy to a leader who must navigate the treacherous waters of Roman politics, Lucius's journey is marked by critical events that shape his character. One such moment occurs early in the film when Lucius confronts the remnants of his father's tarnished reputation. This confrontation, both internal and external, serves as a metaphor for the film's central theme, the struggle between legacy and individuality. The opening sequence, where Rome is depicted in its decadent yet decaying glory, sets the tone for the narrative. Critics have lauded this scene for its visual storytelling, where the grandeur of the empire is juxtaposed with its moral and political decline. The streets teem with life, but the air is heavy with tension, foreshadowing the challenges Lucius will face. The use of wide, sweeping shots immerses the audience in this world, while the haunting score by Hans Zimmer adds a layer of melancholy that lingers throughout the film. One of the most talked about events is the first Colosseum fight involving Lucius. This scene is a masterclass in tension and spectacle, but its significance extends beyond the surface. Unlike the straightforward action sequences of the original Gladiator, this fight is imbued with layers of meaning. Lucius is not just battling his opponents. He's wrestling with his own doubts and fears. The choreography mirrors his inner turmoil. His moves are hesitant at first, reflecting his inexperience, but they grow more decisive as he gains confidence. Critics have praised this sequence for its ability to blend character development with visceral action, making it a standout moment in the film. Another pivotal event occurs when Lucius uncovers a conspiracy against the emperor, orchestrated by powerful senators and military leaders. This discovery thrusts him into the heart of Rome's political intrigue, a world far removed from the gladiatorial arena. The film's portrayal of Roman politics has been noted for its nuanced approach, avoiding the cliches of power-hungry villains and instead presenting a complex web of motivations. This narrative choice elevates the story, showing that the battles fought in the Senate chambers can be as gripping as those in the Colosseum. One of the film's most emotionally charged moments is the reunion between Lucius and his mother, Lucilla. After years of estrangement, their meeting is fraught with unspoken words and lingering resentment. The scene is a quiet one, devoid of dramatic music or grand gestures, but it resonates deeply. Critics have highlighted this moment as a testament to the film's ability to convey profound emotions through subtle performances. Lucilla's tearful confession about her regrets and Lucius's silent acceptance speak volumes about their fractured relationship and the possibility of healing. As the story progresses, the film delves deeper into its themes of sacrifice and redemption. A critical turning point comes when Lucius is forced to choose between his personal desires and the greater good of Rome. This decision is symbolized in a breathtaking sequence where he stands atop the Palatine Hill, overlooking the city. The sunset bathes the scene in golden hues, a visual representation of the fleeting nature of power and glory. This moment, both introspective and epic, encapsulates the film's core message. True leadership requires selflessness and courage. The climactic battle in the Colosseum is another highlight that has sparked intense discussion among critics and audiences alike. Unlike the earlier fights, which focus on individual struggles, this sequence is a grand spectacle involving hundreds of participants. The stakes are higher, the action more brutal, and the emotional weight more profound. Lucius's rallying cry to the other gladiators, urging them to fight not for glory but for freedom, is a powerful moment that echoes the ideals of Maximus from the original film. The battle's choreography, combined with the swelling score, creates a sense of catharsis that leaves a lasting impact. However, it's not just the grand events that define Gladiator II. It's the quieter moments that give the story its emotional depth. One such scene involves Lucius visiting the grave of Maximus, seeking guidance from the man who shaped his values. The simplicity of this moment, with Lucius kneeling in silence, contrasts with the film's larger-than-life set pieces, but is no less powerful. Critics have praised this scene for its ability to convey the weight of legacy and the burden of expectations. The film's exploration of power dynamics is another aspect that has drawn critical acclaim. Through its depiction of characters like Emperor Severus, the ambitious Senator Marcus, and the enigmatic gladiator-turned-rebel Cassius, the story examines the complexities of leadership and loyalty. Each of these characters represents a different facet of power, and their interactions with Lucius challenge his beliefs and shape his destiny. The nuanced writing ensures that even the antagonists are multidimensional, making their eventual downfalls all the more impactful. Symbolism plays a significant role in Gladiator II, enriching its narrative and inviting multiple interpretations. One recurring motif is the use of fire, representing both destruction and renewal. From the torches lighting the Colosseum to the flames of a pyre, marking the end of an era, fire serves as a visual metaphor for the film's themes of transformation and rebirth. Another notable symbol is the eagle, often seen soaring above the battlefield. This imagery, evoking Rome's imperial emblem, underscores the tension between the empire's ideals and its reality. The film's ending has been a subject of much debate and analysis. Without revealing too much, it's a conclusion that balances triumph with introspection, leaving viewers with a sense of hope tempered by realism. Critics have noted that the final scene, where Lucius addresses the Roman people, is a fitting tribute to the spirit of Gladiator. His speech, delivered with quiet resolve, reflects the journey he has undergone and the lessons he has learned. It's a moment that ties the narrative threads together while leaving room for interpretation. The thematic resonance of Gladiator II lies in its ability to blend personal and political struggles, creating a story that feels both timeless and relevant. The film's exploration of identity, loyalty, and the nature of power strikes a chord with audiences, inviting them to reflect on their own values. By weaving these themes into its events and characters, the movie achieves a level of depth that elevates it beyond mere entertainment. Ultimately, Gladiator II is a film that demands to be experienced, analyzed, and discussed. Its significant events, viewed through a critical lens, reveal the careful craftsmanship behind its storytelling. Whether it's the grandeur of the Colosseum battles, the intrigue of Roman politics, or the quiet moments of introspection, each element contributes to a narrative that resonates long after the credits roll. The making of Gladiator II is as epic and intricate as the story it brings to life. From its earliest stages of development to the final cut, every aspect of the production was crafted with immense care and attention to detail. The journey of creating a sequel to one of cinema's most iconic films was daunting, but it also provided an opportunity for groundbreaking innovation and unforgettable moments behind the scenes. The foundation for Gladiator II began long before the cameras started rolling. Director Ridley Scott, known for his meticulous vision, spearheaded the project with the same passion that made the original Gladiator a masterpiece. Scott worked closely with screenwriters to ensure the story honored the legacy of Maximus while introducing a fresh narrative centered on Lucius. This delicate balance was no small feat, as the filmmakers had to bridge a two-decade gap and capture the essence of a world that fans cherished. One of the most intriguing aspects of the production was the recreation of ancient Rome. The film utilized a blend of practical sets, state-of-the-art CGI, and on-location shooting to transport audiences to the heart of the Roman Empire. Cinecittà Studios in Italy served as the primary hub for building the sprawling sets, including an intricately detailed Colosseum. The production design team spent months researching Roman architecture, ensuring every pillar, mosaic, and banner was authentic to the era. When walking onto the set, cast members often remarked on feeling as though they had stepped back in time. The costume design process was equally remarkable, with designer Janty Yates returning to helm the department. Yates's team created thousands of costumes, ranging from the opulent robes of senators to the rugged armor of gladiators. Each piece was handmade, using materials that mirrored those available in ancient Rome. For Lucius's character, his transition from noble heir to battle-hardened leader was reflected in his wardrobe. The intricate embroidery on his early tunics gave way to functional, weathered armor, symbolizing his transformation throughout the story. Behind the scenes, the production team faced numerous challenges, not the least of which was orchestrating the film's large-scale action sequences. The Colosseum battles, a centerpiece of the narrative, required months of planning and rehearsals. Hundreds of extras were cast to portray spectators, while skilled stunt performers and choreographers brought the brutal fights to life. The filmmakers employed innovative techniques, using drones to capture dynamic aerial shots, giving the audience a bird's-eye view of the action. These sequences were filmed in blistering summer heat, with temperatures exceeding 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The cast's dedication never wavered. One particularly memorable anecdote from the set involved actor Paul Mescal, who plays Lucius. Known for his commitment to authenticity, Mescal underwent rigorous training to prepare for the physically demanding role. He spent months learning swordsmanship, horseback riding, and the art of ancient Roman combat. During one intense scene, Mescal accidentally dropped his sword mid-fight, but recovered so seamlessly that the moment was kept in the final cut. The mishap added a layer of realism, showing Lucius's vulnerability even as he fought valiantly. The camaraderie among the cast and crew was a defining feature of the production. Mescal and co-star Denzel Washington, who portrays the enigmatic Cassius, formed a close bond during filming. Their off-screen friendship translated into a compelling dynamic between their characters, marked by mutual respect and underlying tension. Washington, a veteran actor, often shared advice with younger cast members, creating a collaborative and supportive atmosphere on set. During breaks, the cast would gather to watch rehearsals or discuss the nuances of their characters, fostering a sense of unity that enriched their performances. The filmmakers also paid tribute to the original Gladiator in subtle and meaningful ways. Several crew members who worked on the 2000 film returned for the sequel, bringing a sense of continuity to the project. Composer Hans Zimmer, for instance, revisited and expanded upon the iconic score that had become synonymous with Maximus's story. Zimmer's approach for Gladiator II involved blending traditional orchestral elements with modern instrumentation, creating a soundtrack that felt both nostalgic and innovative. The recording sessions became emotional for many, as they reflected on the legacy of the original film. One of the most surprising challenges during production involved the use of animals on set. Horses played a significant role in many scenes, and ensuring their safety and comfort was a top priority. The animal wranglers worked tirelessly to train the horses for complex stunts, such as galloping through narrow alleyways or rearing up during battle sequences. In one particularly humorous incident, a horse refused to cooperate during a crucial scene, prompting Mescal to ad-lib a line that elicited laughter from both the crew and his fellow actors. This unplanned moment lightened the mood and reminded everyone of the unpredictable nature of filmmaking. Technology played a vital role in bringing the epic scale of Gladiator II to life. The film utilized cutting-edge CGI to enhance its practical effects, particularly in scenes where ancient Rome was brought to life. One of the most impressive digital achievements was the recreation of the Roman Forum, which was seamlessly integrated with live-action footage. The VFX team worked closely with historians to ensure the accuracy of every detail, from the placement of statues to the texture of cobblestones. The production was not without its moments of levity. Ridley Scott, known for his sharp sense of humor, often kept the cast and crew entertained with his witty remarks. During one scene involving a complex tracking shot, Scott jokingly offered to switch places with the camera operator when the setup took longer than expected. These lighthearted interactions helped maintain morale during the grueling schedule, proving that even a high-stakes project like Gladiator II could be filled with moments of joy. One of the most heartwarming stories from the production involved a young extra who was cast as a Colosseum spectator. The child, a fan of the original Gladiator, was thrilled to be part of the sequel and often asked questions about the filmmaking process. On the last day of filming, Paul Mescal surprised the young fan with a replica Gladiator helmet, a gesture that underscored the sense of family that had developed among the cast and crew. As filming wrapped, the team reflected on the monumental journey they had undertaken. The final days on set were bittersweet, marked by a mix of exhaustion and pride. Ridley Scott, addressing the crew during the final take, expressed his gratitude for their hard work and dedication. His words resonated with everyone, reminding them of the collective effort that had brought the film to life. The post-production process was equally meticulous, with editors working tirelessly to fine-tune the film. Each frame was scrutinized to ensure the pacing, tone, and emotional beats aligned with Scott's vision. Test screenings provided valuable feedback, allowing the filmmakers to make adjustments and enhance the overall experience. The result was a film that not only met but exceeded expectations, capturing the grandeur and heart that fans had hoped for. The production of Gladiator II is a testament to the artistry and determination of everyone involved. From its awe-inspiring sets and costumes to its innovative use of technology, the film's creation was a labor of love. The behind-the-scenes stories and fun facts add another layer to its legacy, offering a glimpse into the passion and creativity that brought this epic tale to the screen. The world of Gladiator II is as much a character as the people who inhabit it. Through its stunning settings and masterful cinematic elements, the film draws audiences deep into the heart of ancient Rome, recreating a bygone era with breathtaking detail and visual splendor. Every location, every shadow, and every shaft of light is crafted with intention, pulling viewers into the story and immersing them in a world of grandeur, danger, and raw emotion. The film's settings are a triumphant blend of historical accuracy and creative storytelling. The sprawling city of Rome serves as the backdrop for much of the narrative, and its representation is nothing short of spectacular. From the bustling marketplace to the opulent villas of the Roman elite, the city breathes with life. Cinecittà Studios in Italy became the canvas for these grand recreations, with soundstages transformed into vibrant streets and palatial halls. The production design team, led by Arthur Max, dedicated months to researching ancient Roman architecture, ensuring every detail, from the carvings on a column to the arrangement of fruit in a market stall, felt authentic. The Colosseum, once again, plays a central role in the story, but this time it is depicted as more than just a battleground. The filmmakers wanted to highlight the Colosseum as a cultural and political symbol, reflecting the shifting power dynamics of Rome. To achieve this, they expanded its portrayal beyond the arena floor. Audiences see the behind-the-scenes workings of the Colosseum, from the underground chambers where gladiators prepare for combat to the opulent viewing boxes reserved for Rome's elite. These spaces are imbued with tension and drama, serving as silent witnesses to the struggles and triumphs of the characters. Beyond Rome, the film ventures into the untamed wilderness of the empire's borders. These locations, shot in Morocco and Spain, contrast starkly with the grandeur of the city. Here, the landscapes are wild and unforgiving, reflecting the harsh realities faced by Lucius and his companions as they navigate treacherous terrains. The jagged cliffs, dense forests, and desolate deserts become metaphors for the characters' internal struggles, mirroring their journeys of self-discovery and redemption. Cinematographer Dariusz Wolski, a frequent collaborator of Ridley Scott, played a pivotal role in shaping the film's visual identity. Wolski's use of natural light is a hallmark of his work, and in Gladiator II, it takes center stage. The interplay of light and shadow is used to convey the emotional states of the characters and the overarching themes of the story. In moments of triumph, the screen is bathed in golden hues, evoking a sense of hope and renewal. Conversely, scenes of betrayal and despair are cloaked in dim, oppressive lighting, emphasizing the weight of the characters' burdens. One of the most striking examples of Wolski's craftsmanship can be seen in the depiction of the Colosseum's battles. The camera captures the arena from every angle, creating a visceral sense of chaos and intensity. Sweeping aerial shots showcase the scale of the spectacle, while tight close-ups highlight the personal stakes of the combatants. The use of slow motion during critical moments heightens the drama, allowing viewers to savor every clash of swords and every drop of sweat. These sequences are not just visually stunning. They are emotionally charged, drawing the audience into the heart of the action. The sound design of Gladiator II is another crucial element that enhances the film's atmosphere. From the cacophony of the marketplace to the deafening roars of the Colosseum's crowd, every sound is meticulously crafted to immerse viewers in the world of the film. Hans Zimmer's score, a masterful blend of orchestral and modern elements, weaves seamlessly into the soundscape. Zimmer revisits motifs from the original Gladiator while introducing new themes that reflect Lucius's journey. The haunting vocals of Lisa Gerrard, a key feature of the original score, return to lend an ethereal quality to the music, connecting the past with the present. The film's color palette is another tool used to convey mood and tone. The rich golds and reds of Rome's elite settings exude power and opulence, while the muted earth tones of the borderlands evoke a sense of isolation and struggle. In one particularly memorable scene, the aftermath of a brutal battle is rendered in shades of gray and crimson, symbolizing both the loss and resilience of the characters. The transitions between these palettes are seamless, guiding the audience through the emotional highs and lows of the story. The use of symbolism in the settings is a testament to the filmmaker's attention to detail. The Colosseum, for instance, is depicted as both a place of glory and a prison. For Lucius, it represents the duality of his heritage, the legacy of Maximus and the shadow of Commodus. The Colosseum's towering walls become a visual metaphor for the barriers he must overcome to forge his own identity. Similarly, the wilderness scenes are imbued with a sense of rebirth as Lucius sheds the trappings of his privileged upbringing and learns to survive on his own terms. The interplay between the settings and the characters is most evident in the climactic sequences of the film. As Lucius returns to Rome for the final confrontation, the city itself seems to reflect his transformation. The grandeur of the city, once intimidating, now serves as a backdrop for his newfound confidence and purpose. The Colosseum, where the story reaches its apex, becomes a stage for his ultimate triumph, a place where he not only proves his worth, but also redefines the legacy of his family. The practical effects used to bring these settings to life are complemented by state-of-the-art visual effects. The VFX team, led by Rob Legato, worked tirelessly to enhance the practical sets and create seamless transitions between the real and the digital. One of the most impressive achievements was the recreation of the Roman Forum, which required a combination of detailed miniatures and computer-generated imagery. The result is a breathtakingly realistic depiction of ancient Rome that feels both grand and intimate. The attention to detail in the settings extends to the smallest elements, such as props and set dressing. The production team scoured archives and consulted historians to ensure authenticity. From the coins exchanged in the marketplace to the tapestries adorning the Senate chambers, every object tells a story. These details may go unnoticed by some viewers, but they contribute to the overall richness of the world, creating a sense of immersion that is unparalleled. The settings of Gladiator II are not just backdrops. They are integral to the storytelling. They enhance the narrative, reflect the characters' journeys, and add depth to the film's themes. Through masterful cinematography, meticulous production design, and innovative visual effects, the filmmakers have created a world that is as compelling and dynamic as the story it supports. This attention to the cinematic elements ensures that Gladiator II is not only a worthy successor to its predecessor, but also a visual and emotional triumph in its own right. The making of Gladiator II was as epic and complex as the story it tells on screen. Behind the grandeur of ancient Rome and the sweeping battles lay a web of fascinating anecdotes, incredible teamwork, and creative problem-solving. The production of this long-awaited sequel was a labor of love, with the cast and crew pouring their hearts into every scene. The result? A cinematic masterpiece that reflects the passion and dedication of everyone involved. The journey began with Ridley Scott returning to helm the sequel to his 2000 classic. Reuniting with some key collaborators while welcoming new talents, Scott set the tone for a production that would honor the original while carving its unique identity. From the outset, Scott insisted on fostering a collaborative atmosphere. On set, this meant that every voice, from lead actors to set decorators, was valued. Russell Crowe, who returned in a symbolic capacity for a brief flashback scene, was known for saying, "The spirit of Maximus is in all of us," reminding everyone of the legacy they were continuing. One of the most surprising aspects of the production was how smoothly the entire team adapted to the ambitious scale of the project. From recreating the Colosseum to building intricate sets for Roman villas, the art and design departments were relentless in their pursuit of perfection. Designer Arthur Max revealed that his team had spent months studying ancient Roman architecture and artifacts. "We wanted it to feel like stepping into a time machine," he said in an interview. This research led to the creation of some of the most visually stunning sets in recent memory. But even with meticulous planning, there were moments when things didn't go as expected. During the filming of one of the Colosseum battle scenes, a sudden downpour turned the sand-covered arena into a muddy mess. Rather than call it a day, Scott decided to use the unexpected weather to his advantage, crafting an impromptu scene that showcased the gladiators struggling against both their opponents and the elements. The scene ended up being one of the most memorable in the film, with its raw, gritty energy perfectly complementing the story. The camaraderie among the cast was another highlight of the production. Denzel Washington, a seasoned actor and a newcomer to the Gladiator universe, brought gravitas to his role while also serving as a mentor to younger cast members. Mescal described Washington as a beacon of wisdom, sharing how the veteran actor would offer advice on everything from line delivery to managing the physical demands of the role. Washington, in turn, praised Mescal's commitment, calling him a force to be reckoned with. One of the funniest stories from the set involved the filming of a feast scene in a Roman villa. The actors, surrounded by lavish platters of food, were encouraged to eat during the scene to make it feel authentic. However, Barry Keoghan, known for his cheeky sense of humor, decided to play a prank. He swapped the wine in one of the goblets with vinegar, causing an unsuspecting Paul Mescal to grimace mid-scene. The crew burst into laughter, and the moment became a light-hearted reminder of the camaraderie that kept spirits high during the long shoot. Despite the fun moments, the production was not without its challenges. The scale of the battle scenes required extensive coordination, with hundreds of extras, intricate choreography, and pyrotechnics coming together to create jaw-dropping sequences. One particularly intense sequence involved a fire stunt that nearly went awry. A stray spark ignited part of a set earlier than planned, forcing the stunt team to leap into action. Fortunately, no one was injured, and the crew turned the mishap into a learning experience, reinforcing safety protocols for the remainder of the shoot. The physical demands of the roles also tested the cast's endurance. Paul Mescal underwent rigorous training to embody the role of Lucius, transforming his physique to match the character's evolution from a sheltered noble to a hardened warrior. The training included sword fighting, horseback riding, and strength conditioning. Mescal joked in an interview that he practically lived in the gym, but his hard work paid off, as his performance captured both the physical and emotional journey of his character. The film's international locations added another layer of complexity to the production. While much of the movie was shot at Cinecittà Studios in Rome, key scenes were filmed in Morocco and Spain to capture the diverse landscapes of the Roman Empire. These shoots presented their own set of challenges, from navigating harsh desert conditions to coordinating with local authorities. In Morocco, the crew had to contend with sandstorms that delayed filming, but the breathtaking visuals they captured were well worth the effort. One of the most touching behind-the-scenes moments involved Hans Zimmer, who returned to compose the score. Zimmer, whose music for the original Gladiator became iconic, collaborated closely with director Ridley Scott to create a soundtrack that honored the past while embracing new themes. During one recording session, Zimmer brought the entire cast and crew into the studio to witness the orchestra perform. The experience was profoundly moving, with many describing it as a reminder of why they had embarked on this journey in the first place. The film also benefited from cutting-edge technology, which allowed the team to push the boundaries of what was possible. The visual effects team, led by Rob Legato, used a combination of practical effects and CGI to recreate ancient Rome with stunning realism. One of the most impressive achievements was the seamless blending of live-action footage with digital environments. This technology allowed the filmmakers to depict massive crowds in the Colosseum without relying solely on extras, giving the scenes an epic scale while maintaining authenticity. Amidst all the challenges and triumphs, the spirit of collaboration remained at the heart of the production. Ridley Scott's leadership was instrumental in fostering an environment where creativity thrived. He was known for encouraging input from all departments, often inviting suggestions that led to unexpected but brilliant ideas. This openness extended to the cast as well, with Scott frequently discussing scenes with actors to ensure their performances aligned with his vision. As filming wrapped, the cast and crew gathered for a celebratory dinner in Rome, reflecting on the journey they had undertaken together. It was a bittersweet moment, marked by gratitude and anticipation for how audiences would receive the film. Paul Mescal summed it up best when he said, "We've poured everything into this, blood, sweat, and tears. Now it's time to share it with the world." The behind-the-scenes stories of Gladiator II paint a picture of a production that was as dynamic and captivating as the film itself. From the camaraderie among the cast to the innovative techniques used to bring the story to life, every aspect of the making of this movie was infused with passion and dedication. These insights not only deepen our appreciation for the film, but also remind us of the extraordinary effort it takes to create a cinematic masterpiece. The heart of Gladiator II lies not just in its action-packed sequences and historical grandeur, but in the profound themes and symbolism woven throughout the narrative. These layers of meaning enrich the story, giving it emotional depth and resonance, while inviting viewers to reflect on universal truths. The themes explored in the film build upon the legacy of its predecessor, while introducing fresh perspectives, creating a story that is both timeless and relevant. One of the most prominent themes in Gladiator II is the struggle for identity. Lucius, the protagonist, embarks on a journey not only to avenge wrongs, but to discover who he truly is. From the beginning, Lucius is torn between his upbringing as a privileged Roman aristocrat and the ideals of courage, loyalty, and justice instilled in him by Maximus, his childhood hero. This internal conflict mirrors the broader societal tensions in Rome, where power and corruption clash with honor and virtue. Lucius's transformation from a naive young man into a determined warrior symbolizes the universal quest for self-discovery and the courage it takes to confront one's own flaws. The theme of legacy also runs deeply through the film. Lucius grapples with the legacy of Maximus, whose memory casts a long shadow over his life. Throughout the story, Lucius must decide whether to emulate Maximus's path or forge his own. This exploration of legacy extends beyond Lucius to the entire Roman Empire, as characters wrestle with the question of what kind of future they are building. The weight of history and the desire to leave a lasting mark drive many of the characters, from the noble generals to the cunning politicians, each interpreting legacy in their own way. A powerful symbol in the film is the gladiator's helmet, which Lucius inherits early in the story. The helmet, once worn by Maximus, becomes a physical representation of the ideals Lucius strives to uphold. Its battered surface speaks of sacrifice and resilience, reminding Lucius, and the audience, of the cost of standing for what is right. In moments of doubt, Lucius often gazes at the helmet, drawing strength from its silent testimony to Maximus's unwavering courage. The helmet also serves as a bridge between the past and present, connecting the two stories in a way that feels both poignant and inevitable. Another recurring symbol is fire, used throughout the film to represent both destruction and rebirth. In one pivotal scene, a temple burns as Lucius watches from a distance, the flames reflecting his inner turmoil. The theme of power is explored with unflinching intensity. Through characters like Emperor Domitian, the film examines the corrupting influence of unchecked power and the lengths to which people will go to maintain it. Domitian's opulent palace, filled with gold and marble, becomes a symbol of his greed and hubris. In contrast, the simplicity of the gladiators' training ground reflects the virtues of discipline and humility. The stark contrast between these settings underscores the moral divide between the ruling elite and those who fight for justice. Family and loyalty are also central to the story, adding emotional weight to Lucius's journey. His relationship with his mother, Lucilla, serves as an anchor, grounding him in moments of doubt. Lucilla's wisdom and quiet strength contrast with the chaos around her, symbolizing the enduring power of love and loyalty in a world torn apart by ambition and betrayal. Their bond becomes a source of inspiration for Lucius, reminding him of what truly matters, even as he navigates the treacherous world of Roman politics. The film uses water as a recurring motif, symbolizing change and renewal. One of the most visually striking sequences involves Lucius standing on the shores of a vast river, the water reflecting the sky in a way that suggests endless possibilities. This scene occurs at a turning point in the story, as Lucius prepares to make a crucial decision that will shape his destiny. The river, with its constant flow, serves as a metaphor for life's unpredictability and the need to adapt while staying true to one's principles. Justice and revenge are intertwined themes that drive much of the plot. Lucius's quest begins as a desire for revenge, but evolves into a fight for justice. This transformation is mirrored in the actions of other characters, who grapple with the question of whether revenge truly brings closure or if justice demands a higher standard. The contrast between Lucius's growing sense of morality and the ruthlessness of his enemies highlights the complexities of these themes, encouraging viewers to consider the fine line between vengeance and justice. The symbolism of the Colosseum itself cannot be overlooked. As the site of both brutal violence and noble sacrifice, it represents the duality of human nature, the capacity for cruelty and the potential for greatness. In one of the film's climactic scenes, Lucius faces his greatest challenge within the arena, a space where life and death hang in precarious balance. The Colosseum becomes a stage for his ultimate test, forcing him to confront not only his enemies but also his own fears and doubts. The theme of redemption resonates strongly in the arcs of several characters. One of the most moving examples is a former gladiator who becomes Lucius's mentor. Haunted by his past actions, this character sees in Lucius a chance to atone for his sins by guiding the young man toward a better path. Their relationship adds depth to the story, showing that redemption is possible even for those who have walked the darkest paths. Nature plays a subtle yet significant role in the film, often serving as a backdrop to key moments. The contrast between Rome's urban grandeur and the serene beauty of the countryside underscores the tension between civilization and the natural world. In one memorable scene, Lucius finds solace in a quiet grove, the sunlight filtering through the trees, creating a sense of peace and clarity. This connection to nature reminds him, and the audience, of the importance of balance and harmony in a world often consumed by chaos. The final theme worth noting is hope. Despite the challenges and tragedies faced by the characters, the film ultimately conveys a message of resilience and the enduring power of hope. This is most evident in the final moments, as Lucius gazes toward the horizon, his face a mixture of determination and optimism. The story's conclusion suggests that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the human spirit can prevail, leaving a legacy of courage and integrity for future generations. Through its rich themes and symbolism, Gladiator II transcends its historical setting to explore timeless questions about identity, power, justice, and redemption. These elements not only deepen the audience's engagement with the story, but also ensure that the film's impact lingers long after the credits roll. It is a testament to the power of storytelling to illuminate the complexities of the human experience, reminding us that, like Lucius, we are all gladiators in the arena of life, fighting for what we believe in. Creating a film like Gladiator II required a masterful blend of innovative filmmaking techniques and meticulous production planning, resulting in a cinematic experience that seamlessly immerses the audience in its world. Every frame of this epic was crafted with intention, from the sweeping visuals to the subtle soundscapes that breathe life into ancient Rome. The brilliance of its execution reflects not only the director's vision, but also the collective expertise of a team dedicated to pushing the boundaries of modern filmmaking. One of the standout aspects of Gladiator II is its groundbreaking use of cinematography to convey the story's grandiosity and emotional depth. The film's director of photography employed a mixture of sweeping wide shots and intimate close-ups to balance the scale of the Roman Empire with the personal journey of its characters. Wide shots of Rome's sprawling cityscape, recreated with a mix of practical sets and digital effects, emphasize the empire's grandeur, while also highlighting the underlying tension of its political and social unrest. These scenes were shot using custom-built drones, fitted with advanced cameras, allowing for smooth, immersive pans across the vibrant streets and towering columns of ancient Rome. In stark contrast, the close-ups bring the story's emotional core into sharp focus. The lingering shots on Lucius's face, often illuminated by natural light, reveal the subtle shifts in his emotions as he navigates his complex world. To achieve this, the filmmakers employed anamorphic lenses that added a sense of distortion and depth, mirroring the character's inner turmoil. This dual approach to cinematography, grand yet intimate, creates a dynamic visual language that captivates the viewer, drawing them into both the epic battles and the quieter, more reflective moments. Lighting played a pivotal role in shaping the film's atmosphere. For the Colosseum scenes, a mix of golden hues and stark shadows was used to highlight the tension and brutality of the gladiatorial battles. These scenes were primarily shot during the magic hour, the period just after sunrise or before sunset, when the natural light imbued the arena with a dramatic, almost ethereal quality. To enhance this, high-powered LED rigs were employed to mimic the intensity of the sun, casting long, dramatic shadows that added depth to the visuals. In contrast, the nighttime scenes relied on soft, diffused lighting to create an intimate and introspective mood, reflecting the emotional weight of Lucius's journey. Sound design was another cornerstone of Gladiator II, elevating the immersive experience to new heights. The film's soundscape combined traditional Foley techniques with state-of-the-art digital layering to create an auditory world that felt as alive as its visuals. The clash of swords and the roar of the Colosseum crowd were meticulously recorded and layered to achieve authenticity. Interestingly, the filmmakers recorded actual live crowds in stadiums to capture the organic ebb and flow of a cheering audience, later blending these recordings with digitally enhanced effects to amplify the intensity of the gladiatorial battles. The use of sound was not limited to action sequences. Throughout the film, subtle ambient noises, like the rustling of leaves in a quiet grove or the distant murmur of Roman markets, added texture to the quieter moments, grounding the viewer in the world of the story. Additionally, the film's score, composed by a celebrated maestro, wove traditional orchestral elements with modern electronic undertones. This blend of old and new mirrored the film's themes of legacy and transformation, reinforcing its emotional resonance. Editing played a crucial role in maintaining the film's brisk pace while allowing its emotional beats to breathe. The editors utilized a rhythm that alternated between rapid cuts during action scenes and longer, contemplative takes during character-driven moments. For the gladiatorial battles, quick edits were employed to heighten the chaos and urgency, while slow-motion shots punctuated key moments of triumph or defeat, giving the audience a chance to absorb the gravity of these scenes. On the other hand, the character-driven sequences employed longer takes and deliberate pacing, allowing the actors' performances to shine and giving the audience space to connect with their journeys. One particularly innovative technique used during the editing process was the seamless integration of practical effects and CGI. The filmmakers aimed to retain a sense of authenticity by building large-scale practical sets for key locations, such as the Colosseum and Roman streets, while augmenting them with CGI to extend their scope. For example, the Colosseum's upper tiers and the bustling crowds were digitally created, but the arena floor and lower levels were constructed practically, allowing the actors to interact with their environment in a tangible way. This combination of real and digital elements was stitched together in post-production with painstaking attention to detail, creating visuals that felt both epic and grounded. The filmmakers also paid close attention to historical accuracy, employing historians and archaeologists as consultants during pre-production. This commitment to authenticity extended to the costume design, props, and even the choreography of the battle sequences. The use of historically accurate weaponry and combat techniques added an extra layer of realism, immersing the audience in the visceral reality of ancient Rome. However, the filmmakers were not afraid to take creative liberties when necessary to serve the story, blending historical details with imaginative elements to create a version of Rome that felt both familiar and fantastical. Behind the scenes, the production team faced numerous challenges, from the logistical complexity of shooting large-scale battle scenes to the technical demands of blending practical and digital effects. One particularly ambitious sequence, involving a massive chariot chase through the streets of Rome, required months of planning and coordination. To achieve this, the filmmakers combined practical stunts with motion-controlled cameras and CGI enhancements, resulting in a sequence that was both thrilling and visually stunning. The dedication of the cast and crew to overcoming these challenges is evident in the final product, which delivers a seamless and exhilarating cinematic experience. On the box office front, Gladiator II was poised to make a significant impact from the outset, thanks to the enduring legacy of its predecessor and the anticipation surrounding its return. The production's substantial budget was a testament to the studio's confidence in the film, allowing for the extensive use of cutting-edge technology and high production values. Upon its release, the film exceeded expectations, drawing audiences worldwide with its compelling story and breathtaking visuals. Its success was not just measured in revenue, but also in the critical acclaim it received, solidifying its place as a worthy successor to the original. In summary, the filmmaking techniques and production values of Gladiator II showcased the power of modern cinema to transport audiences to another time and place. Through innovative cinematography, immersive sound design, meticulous editing, and a commitment to authenticity, the film creates an experience that is as emotionally resonant as it is visually spectacular. The challenges faced and overcome during production are a testament to the dedication and creativity of the team behind the film, resulting in a cinematic masterpiece that stands as a tribute to the enduring power of storytelling. The success of Gladiator II owes much to the extraordinary cast and crew who brought this monumental project to life. Their insights, shared in interviews, reveal not only the dedication and creativity that went into making the film, but also the camaraderie and passion that shaped the production. Meanwhile, the audience reviews further underline the emotional and cinematic impact of this sequel, providing a testament to its universal appeal. When the cast was first announced, the excitement surrounding the project skyrocketed. Leading the ensemble was Paul Mescal, who took on the role of Lucius, the grown nephew of Maximus Decimus Meridius. Mescal, known for his intense and introspective performances, spoke candidly in interviews about the weight of stepping into a legacy so closely tied to the iconic portrayal by Russell Crowe. He explained how he approached Lucius as a character who carries the shadow of Maximus's heroism while struggling with his own moral dilemmas. Lucius isn't Maximus, but he's shaped by him, Mescal shared. I wanted to honor that legacy while showing how Lucius is carving his own path, often in unexpected and deeply personal ways. Zendaya, cast as the enigmatic and resilient Amara, brought a new dimension to the story. Amara is a character who stands as both an ally and a challenger to Lucius, and Zendaya described her role as a bridge between the old and the new. She shared anecdotes about learning complex fight choreography and how she worked with dialect coaches to develop a voice that fit Amara's dual heritage in the story. Amara is tough but vulnerable, she noted. I wanted to bring out that complexity. Someone who fights not just for survival, but for a vision of a better world. The legendary Denzel Washington, cast as the stoic and calculating General Cassius, brought gravitas to the production. His character acts as a foil to Lucius, embodying the harsh realities of power and sacrifice. Washington revealed in interviews that he relished the opportunity to portray such a multidimensional character. Cassius isn't a villain, he explained. He's a man who believes in his duty, even when it costs him his humanity. That's a story worth telling. Washington also shared memorable moments from the set, including an impromptu speech he gave to the cast and crew on the first day of filming, which Mescal described as both intimidating and incredibly inspiring. Director Ridley Scott, returning to helm this sequel after more than 2 decades, expressed his gratitude to the cast for their commitment and vision. In behind-the-scenes interviews, Scott praised their ability to bring authenticity and emotional depth to a story steeped in history and mythology. This is not just a film about battles, he emphasized. It's about people, about the choices they make and the legacy they leave behind. One of the standout aspects of the production was the camaraderie among the cast. Mescal and Zendaya, in particular, formed a close bond during filming, often joking in interviews about their shared struggles with the intense physical demands of their roles. There was this one day when we had to run up a hill in full armor, Zendaya laughed. Paul tripped, and instead of helping him up, I just kept running. We still laugh about it, but it shows how intense those days could get. Similarly, Washington shared humorous anecdotes about working with younger cast members, recalling a moment when he had to teach them how to properly hold a sword. They kept holding it like a prop. He joked, "I told them, if you're going to fight, fight like you mean it." The crew also had their share of memorable experiences. Costume designer Jandy Yates, who worked on the original Gladiator, spoke about the evolution of the film's aesthetic. She revealed how each character's wardrobe was meticulously designed to reflect their journey, with Lucius's armor subtly echoing the design of Maximus's iconic gear. "It's in the details," Yates explained. "Lucius's armor has these faint engravings that hint at his lineage, but it's lighter, more streamlined, symbolizing his desire to forge his own path." The production wasn't without its challenges. Several interviews with crew members highlighted the difficulties of recreating the Colosseum with a mix of practical sets and CGI. VFX supervisor Rob Harvey shared how they used a combination of drone footage, historical blueprints, and advanced rendering software to achieve the hyper-realistic look of ancient Rome. "It was like building Rome in miniature," he said. "Every detail mattered, from the cracks in the stone to the way the sunlight hit the arena floor." As the film debuted, audience reviews poured in, revealing the deep connection viewers felt with the story and its characters. Many praised Mescal's performance, describing it as hauntingly powerful and a worthy successor to Russell Crowe's Maximus. One fan wrote, "Paul Mescal doesn't just act. He inhabits the role of Lucius. You feel every moment of his triumph and despair." Zendaya's portrayal of Amara also received widespread acclaim, with audiences commending her ability to convey strength and vulnerability in equal measure. The film's thematic depth resonated strongly with viewers, with many highlighting how it explored timeless questions of power, legacy, and personal identity. A particularly striking scene involving Lucius confronting his own reflection became a talking point among fans, who interpreted it as a metaphor for the struggle between his inherited ideals and his personal ambitions. "That scene hit me like a ton of bricks," one reviewer shared. "It's a reminder that we're all trying to find our place in the stories we inherit." Audiences were equally impressed by the film's technical achievements. The battle sequences, choreographed with a mix of historical accuracy and cinematic flair, were described as breathtakingly visceral and unlike anything seen on screen before. The use of practical effects combined with cutting-edge CGI created a sense of immersion that left many viewers in awe. One reviewer summed it up by saying, "You don't just watch the battles, you feel them." The film's emotional impact was another recurring theme in audience reviews. Many spoke about the resonance of Lucius's journey and how it mirrored their own struggles with identity and purpose. "This isn't just a story about ancient Rome," one fan commented. "It's a story about all of us, about the choices we make and the people we want to become." The global reception of Gladiator II also highlighted its universal appeal. International audiences connected with the film's themes and visuals, with some describing it as a love letter to storytelling itself. The combination of strong performances, masterful direction, and a gripping narrative ensured that the film left a lasting impression, sparking conversations long after the credits rolled. In the end, Gladiator II stands as a testament to the power of collaboration and storytelling. Through the perspectives shared in interviews and the reactions of audiences worldwide, it's clear that this film isn't just a sequel. It's a legacy, carried forward by a team of artists and embraced by viewers who see their own stories reflected in its epic tale. The journey through the world of Gladiator II has been nothing short of epic, hasn't it? As we wrap up, let's reflect on everything we've explored. Together, we've uncovered the intricate threads of the plot, starting with Lucius's transformation from an idealistic youth to a seasoned leader shaped by his battles, both internal and external. We've examined the film's characters, each crafted with depth and complexity, from Lucius's introspective struggles to Amara's compelling resilience and Cassius's steely resolve. Each of them has brought a unique layer to the story, making it as emotionally gripping as it is visually stunning. We've marveled at the masterful filmmaking techniques Ridley Scott employed to bring ancient Rome to life once again. From the breathtaking cinematography and dynamic camera work to the atmospheric use of sound and the intricacies of costume and set design, it's clear that every element of this film was meticulously crafted to pull us deeper into its world. And let's not forget the innovative blend of practical effects and cutting-edge CGI that recreated the grandeur of the Colosseum and the chaos of the battlefield. Behind the scenes, we discovered a treasure trove of stories, moments of camaraderie, challenges faced by the cast and crew, and the sheer dedication that went into making this sequel. It's these anecdotes that remind us how much heart and effort are required to create a cinematic experience of this scale. From Paul Mescal's intense preparation for his role as Lucius to Zendaya's commitment to embodying the multifaceted Amara, every detail added depth to the storytelling. And Denzel Washington, his portrayal of General Cassius has already cemented itself as one of the most memorable roles of his career. Of course, the thematic and symbolic layers of Gladiator II are what truly elevate it. Power, legacy, identity, and sacrifice. We've seen how these ideas intertwine with the plot and characters, creating moments that resonate long after the credits roll. Whether it's Lucius grappling with the shadow of Maximus or Amara standing as a symbol of hope and resistance, these themes strike a universal chord. And then there's the haunting imagery, the subtle symbolism woven throughout the film that leaves room for interpretation, making the experience deeply personal for each viewer. We've also delved into the audience's reception, exploring how fans and critics alike have embraced the film's vision, the emotional impact of the story, the visceral thrill of the action, and the timeless questions it raises about who we are and what we stand for. All of it has contributed to making Gladiator II a worthy successor to the original. It's a film that doesn't just entertain, it challenges and inspires, reminding us why we love the movies in the first place. So, what's next? If this deep dive into Gladiator II left you intrigued, there's plenty more where that came from. Our channel is dedicated to uncovering the magic of cinema, one story at a time. Whether it's an analysis of a timeless classic, a breakdown of the latest blockbuster, or behind-the-scenes insights that make you see your favorite films in a whole new light, we're here to bring you closer to the movies you love. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It may seem like a small gesture, but it makes a world of difference in helping us create more content for movie lovers like you. Thank you for joining us on this cinematic journey. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep celebrating the art of storytelling. See you in the next video.